Hi challengers, it's time to talk a little bit about our meal prep. I've showed you a couple different things and maybe even shared a couple different recipes with you. Now it's time for you guys to go through on your day-to-day calendars and figure out what you're going to have every single day. Now please remember that the way that you do this needs to be the way that's going to work for you. If the way that I'm going to show you isn't the way that you want to do it, then please do it the way that feels the most comfortable for you. This is not a diet, and I've said that many times. This is not a diet, this is a lifestyle change. And it's so important to me personally that you guys are able to take what you learned from this 21-day fix and take it with you throughout your entire lives from now and pretty much until forever. So what I'm going to go through today is kind of my process of what I do. I usually do it before Sunday, so that Sunday is my meal prep day. It's not my planning day, it's my meal prep day, so I can actually get everything ready for the week. I tend to spread things out because I don't want an entire day of every single weekend that's focused on the program. I want to enjoy my weekends and I want to enjoy spending time with my son. So a lot of times I will have this done before the weekend even starts. So let's get on with it. I've made this as big as possible so that it's easy for you guys to see. This is a day's worth of our meals. So we have our breakfast, our snack, our lunch, snack, and a supper. For those of you who are nighttime snackers, maybe you want to have a snack down here as well. Again, it needs to fit into your lifestyle, not mine. Over here are my personal containers, so how many containers that I can have every single day. It's important that you guys are remembering each container every single day and checking it off as you go. If you don't check things off as you go, you maybe get a little confused and then you have to count everything again. How many of this do I have? So I'm going to show you how I do this. So I put in anything, first of all, that's a repetition. So repetition, what I mean is I personally love repetition. And I encourage you, especially on your first week, be simple. Do not go crazy over the recipes and exotic foods and whatever it may be. Keep it as simple as possible. So personally, I love repetition. If it works for me, I do it over and over and over again because, again, one of the main reasons I love this program is it's so simple. So my repetition is my lunch times. I work out every single lunchtime, so I have my shake. So at lunchtime, I'm going to write, actually, you know what? I'll do them in color coding. Yeah, with my crayons. I'm doing this with crayons. That's how great it is. Lunch, I have my shake. Our shakes are a protein. So I go over here and I cross a protein off. I like to have frozen fruit with my shakes. So I take my purple and I put down my fruit. And I go over here and I cross off a purple. That's all we do this entire way along. So I'm going to show you how randomly I do my days, and and it works out pretty darn good. Okay, so I know that I need to have 3 greens. Okay, I usually, at supper times, I usually always have a vegetable. Always, always, always. So, I have a green. I'm going to pick a random, let's see, broccoli. How about some steamed broccoli? Steamed brock. Okay, there is one of my greens checked off. Okay, I'm going to keep going with my greens. I usually have a vegetable sometime during the day for a snack. So I'll have a green snack and a green snack in the afternoon. So let's say I have carrots. Okay, and if I spell anything, Don't make fun of me. I don't want to hear it. I'm such a bad speller. Okay, I have carrots here. And then in the afternoon, let's just pick, I'm totally blanking here. Peppers. Okay, let's use some peppers. Okay, come over here. There, all of my green are gone for the day. Now, let's go to the purple. I usually really like to have a fruit when I wake up in the morning, especially if I'm having oatmeal or yogurt or anything like that. So I'm going to put a fruit at breakfast time. Now, again, please make sure that you're paying attention to what you feel like you can eat during the day. I'm the type of person that I can't stomach too much breakfast, so just be careful with what you need to do for you. Okay, so breakfast, I'm going to put one fruit down, just like I said. So let's say I have, raspberries. I like my raspberries. Okay, I go and I cross those off. Okay, I'm done my purple. I'm done 2 of the meal groups already. My next one is proteins. So it's really quite important, well, I find that it's really quite important that I have a protein, one protein throughout the day in pretty much all of my meals. I get 4 of them. I space them out to make sure that it really is going to fuel my body and get me through the day. So I have 3 left here. I always have a protein in my breakfast. My protein that I usually have in my breakfast is Greek yogurt. Make sure your yogurts are plain. None of that fancy dancy flavored crap. It has to be plain. So, yogurt. Bam. Okay, let's go. Keep going with proteins. I love tofu. I found an amazing recipe that works so good for me. I'll put up the recipe later. Try tofu if you haven't. Try out some different recipes. It's really good just to kind of eat as finger food. It's really quick to make and it fills me up. And that way I'm not having to eat like a random piece of chicken for a snack. It's kind of weird to do that. Okay, so I'll have tofu. I crossed off another red. Do you notice how random the stuff are that I'm picking? I'm not building this around any type of recipes. This is all of our food in the whole forms. So in our produce, in our protein, our veggies, it's all the whole food as it is. Okay, so I have 1 more protein and I'm definitely going to put that at supper time. So down here at supper time, I'm going to pick a random pork chop. Let's have a pork chop. Okay, my proteins are done. Let's go down to the yellow. The yellows are our carbs. I always make sure that I have 1 carb in the morning and 1 carb at supper time. That's just what I have found that works for me. I have to have something in the morning for a carb to keep me going until snack time or even lunchtime sometimes, depending if I'm too busy. And then I always really want a carb at supper time, something a little bit more to fill me up and keep me right until bedtime as well. So I'm just going to think of a random couscous. I love couscous. So I'm going to I'll just use my black marker. And then for breakfast, I usually always have oatmeal. It's a really quick thing to have, and I can portion them out before time so that they're all ready for me. So I'll put an oatmeal up at the top here. Okay, so those 2 are done. Okay, I have an orange. My orange one, I actually usually use those for supper times. Oranges are our seeds. Coconut oil. Those are usually things that I use in my suppers. So I just go to the orange page here and I figure out, okay, do I want pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds? Do I want olives? Oh, I love olives. Do I want peanuts, coconut, or 21 fixed dressings. Now, please, I beg you, go check out the dressings in the back of the book. I will never, ever, ever again buy dressings from the store. I feel ridiculous sometimes that I actually bought dressings from the store, because in the back of the book, it has some pretty awesome recipes. And the cool thing about it is that it's probably everything that you already have in your pantry right now. They're really, really good. So go into the back of the book and find your dressings. Those are dressings for salad. I put a lot of dressings in, say, my tuna if I need to get a protein in and I don't just want to eat tuna straight. I put the dressings in with the tuna, and then that's my orange for the day. So my orange for this day, let's see, for supper I have this stuff. I'll just actually use one of my orange to dress up my pork chop a little bit. So, okay, so I put a dressing on my pork chop. I use the Dijon, what is it called? The Dijon vinaigrette for my pork chops. It's amazing. My husband absolutely loves it. Okay, so now I have only 3 things left. I have a blue and I have 2 teaspoons. Now, just going back quickly, I'll just skip ahead to the teaspoons. I usually have a teaspoon, all my teaspoons into my supper time, because that's when I do my cooking with my oils, and I usually just account for those in my supper. If you're using oil in the frying pan, oil if you're drizzling like balsamic vinegar or oil or anything on your steamed vegetables, that's where that can be used as well. Okay, so blue. Oh, the beautiful blue container with our cheeses. I wish that I could have about 5 of these a day, and I'm so glad that I can only have 1, because I definitely always outdid myself on the blue container. So the blue containers are our almonds, cashews, peanuts, hummus, feta cheese, goat cheese, cheddar cheese, cheeses. What I usually do is I have hummus a lot. It's so delicious. I make my own. It's the easiest thing in the world to make. So I usually have my hummus or my blue container at my snack. There. Okay. I have crossed off every one of my containers. I have put them in random places, so let's see what I have for lunch, or sorry, for the day for meals. Remember, this is all just with you guys really quickly, no recipes, no nothing. I'm keeping it as simple as possible because I have to do the prep for this as well, so this needs to be simple. So for breakfast, I have oatmeal, yogurt, and raspberries. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I can definitely do that. For snack, I have carrots and tofu. Love it. Lunch, I have my shaken fruit, absolutely. For snack, I have peppers, and I can dip the peppers into hummus so it's not so plain Jane. And for supper, I have steamed broccoli, pork chop with dressing, and couscous. That sounds like a pretty awesome day. You guys are now going to go ahead and do this for yourselves. I do suggest that you do this for the first week until you really get into it. Then you can start going into your calendar and making up the entire week at once without having to go every single day. However, if you have already done this and you're already got your groceries and you're already starting to meal prep, then absolutely do what works for you. I am so excited for you guys to do this, and remember, this is not about starving yourself. This is not a grapefruit and Rice Krispie diet, anything like that. It's about eating the foods that are going to make you feel amazing and finding the time of day that you need to eat to refuel and to energize yourself. Make sure that you are getting in your Shakeology every day. I want to know how people are doing with their Shakeologies. Are you feeling like you are craving less junk? Are you feeling more energized? I know that personally, Shakeology has absolutely changed my life when it comes to the cravings and the energy that I have from it. So here is your first assignment of the day. Sorry, I should say actually of the challenge. I want to see a picture of every single person's meal plan under this post in the comments. I want to see where everyone is at. So, what are you going to do? You're going to post a picture of your plan in the comments. Have a great day, girls.